Well, I'm glad to see you again for a 6th episode about the complete renovation of this small house from the 1980s, which is about 50 square meters. With its small garage where everything was rotten from the floor to the ceiling, and even in the garage it was rotten, so I tore everything down from the floor to the ceiling. We restarted everything and found the drains were clogged, so we had to redo it all. It's a blessing in disguise since my drains are now properly set. Because if I think about it, in the end we had to start from the kitchen up to the drain from the toilet that went outside, circled around the house, and then went back out to the street.
I don't know if you can imagine the mess, but now I'm lined up here and it goes out to the street, which makes more sense.
And I even took the liberty of moving the water supply up into the garage, so in the end it's not so bad. Now we've got everything in the garage, water supply and drainage. So the yard, everything was filled back in. So if you want to see the previous episodes where I broke everything inside plus the outside work with the drainage, I'm making a playlist. The link is in the description. But the yard, yeah, it was kind of a mess. So now everything is filled back in.
We'll need to compact everything for the future patio since we have to build it outside, but we'll handle that later.
In this video, I'd like to focus on potentially installing the water heater because we have quite a bit of prep work to do before installing it. So will I have time to bring it in and install it? We'll see about that. We have to put BA 13 with polystyrene backing on this whole section of wall. It can't hurt. It'll give it a mini external insulation. Will we do external insulation on the whole house later? We'll see. But for now, we're focusing on installing BA 13 polystyrene on this section of wall. For this one, we're going to build a metal frame and spray foam. So why am I not installing BA 13 polystyrene and spraying foam? You'll get the answer in a little while. And it's the same with the fiber cement, the panels. On the roof, we spray foam.
I'll explain to you in a little while why.
And if we have time, we install an electrical box in the garage. So, a sub-panel rather than bringing 50 conduits for the lighting, the outlets, the water heater, the different elements, and the gate power supply. Well, it's better to bring a 16 square cable for the sub-panel to the main panel. And at least I only have one conduit with a 16 square or a 10 square cable inside, it doesn't matter. And from the sub-panel, I can connect the different elements. So quite a bit of work. Once the water heater is installed, we can redistribute water and move forward with the house. For those interested, I'm picking up drywall at point P. Renault trucks, traffic L2HI1. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets in 80.
Thickened polystyrene plus the BA 13, and I have 3 plaster boards.
250 by 1.2 meters in hydro, so 4. We're at 260 by 1 meter, 22 meters, 60 by 1 meter, 20, and we don't touch the partition at all. We could even go higher, let's say up to there. Basically, I could put double, let's say, come on. This panel measures 260 by 1.2 meters. With 80 mm thickness, it easily fits in a Renault truck's traffic L2H1. Here, you can see the joint between the two panels as well. So here, I know these are 220 panels. Behind that, I have a rafter so I can add extra screws to the tapered edges. I have some. With 40 centers, I could add more screws. Besides the floor foam, the BA 13 panel with polystyrene backing must also rest on the floor, but I'm not on a crawl space. The slab was poured directly on the ground, so you either lay a polyene sheet or install a panel. So it's extruded polystyrene, it's polystyrene foam, it's rot-proof, water-resistant and air-resistant. You lay the panel and cut off the excess, leaving a large leftover piece, because I had to here. Polystyrene with BA 13 93 mm total. I'll make 93 mm strips each time and continue. The extruded polystyrene panel, which we replace each time. Under the panels, only the post is going to get in my way. We'll see what to do if I end up with a panel there. Now I see a small offcut here, then about 2.5 panels. But here from this junction, there, I have to cut at 110 because there's some kind of post there. Anyway, so I'll cut the edge with my saw. From there, I know I have 120, then another 120, 120, and a leftover. It's convenient because I can see the joint, and with 120 panels I know where to screw.
You can glue these panels with adhesive. Just mix powder and water, apply dabs, stick the panel and let it dry. or use foam instead?
The method from your last video.
If I glue this type of panels with it, it's going to expand so much that it will push the panels away from the wall. Here, this is a construction foam. It will expand, but much less than the energy foam. You really have to make the distinction between the two. This one, it sticks, it fills gaps. So this foam, specifically the Rupson construction foam, I can use it to stick cinder blocks, bricks or aerated concrete, but you definitely need blocks that are rectified. So to explain the screws to you, I was supposed to put one here, but there's nothing behind it, no stud. Because here I had to cut the panel. I'm at 109.5 here. I have a stud. I attached it there. Then 4080. So here I'm in a stud just behind. I'm leaving this screw for now since it's on the tapered edge. You might ask if it matters, but we're in a garage. But let's imagine we want to do a complete skim coat and make everything nice and clean. Obviously, it's going to create a bump. It's going to show. Because here, I'm in the tapered edge. This one, we can leave it. So what we'll do is we'll remove this one once everything is completely dry. I'll add screws to the other panels too. For these tapered edges, except for the scraps, we'll see. But I'll remove the screws as soon as they're on a surface that's not in the tapered edge. For this panel, use screws and these washers, the same ones used for ready-made panels. At least we have a great support because this type of panel tends to bow slightly. So if we want it to be completely flat, use this type of washer even if you have to remove them later once your MAP glue or construction foam has dried properly. This type of washer at least gives great support, otherwise the panel tends to pop out and it could crack. Because the screw is already in, that's done, but the panel itself could crack. So here you can see that it's perfect, well supported. You can see the foam, it's right here. I need to get some small wedges now. I used a chisel to make this side perfectly upright so I can start again cleanly. The floor slopes that way and the post leans that way. I'll get some small shims, prop this up, and we'll cut the panel as I explained.
And we'll take the leftover piece, put it next to it, and keep going.
The screw on the tapered edge, it's in this stud. And the other 40 by 80, so towards the partition, it's this one. So I explained the structure in, I don't remember which episode, I explained how this house was built with this structure. Why? Here, we use thicker studs, while there are 3 battens joined by 2 horizontal battens. So you can go check all that. I'll show you here which episode it is. But basically, I correct myself every time in there. And in the main stud, which is placed every 120.
It's very important that the surface is completely dust-free.
Example of grease before gluing. What you have to glue here is BATRES double polystyrene. It could also be on plaster or brick. Here, it's fiber cement, which must be dusted and degreased. When I removed the old door, before reinstalling the plasterboards here, I had cut out the old window so I had access. I had broken the base under the window, so I had total access to the outside. There was only this little post left in the middle and on each side. I thoroughly washed the garage walls with an unnamed product. Then I rinsed everything with the Stanley battery-powered pressure washer. I made a story about it, showed it, and cleaned everything. The walls, floor, and dusted all. That's very important. And we could, even if we take it a bit further, apply a primer before gluing. In this case, I had cleaned everything, so despite looking rough, it was clean. It was rougher than that, believe me. So make sure to dust and degrease before gluing, whether it's MAP or foam.
That's it.
For now, we'll stop here. As for the plasterboard with polystyrene insulation, the panel I need to place over there is right here. But
The gate control panel is in my way.
Because here you see the thickness. If I put it,
You can unhook them and place them on the plasterboard with polystyrene insulation. It will go in front of the door.
so the idea anyway, we're going to go outside and see what they've done. It's really very ugly. We need to fix that, take it down, put it up. Either at the level of the lintel, we have plenty of space, or we can place it on this side. Over there, it's much deeper. Or else, against the cinder block wall, it will be exactly the same for the sleeve. 2 conduits coming out, we fill it with silicone, and we end up here. If that's not beautiful, I'll have to break it. I put the plug in myself to block the rainwater drainage. So we break all this, we drill in this direction, we drill like this, and we go back up, we bring in an electrical supply, we position ourselves at the lintel or over there, it's your choice. So there you go, I'll do that later when we bring in the electrical panel. We'll rewire everything and make something great. I have enough space to install the water heater, so I got to work. For those curious, yes, it was third hand. It's running along the wall, it's urgent. Since I can't put a screw there due to empty space, I could add reinforcement behind it. But honestly, it's completely useless. You just need to press, leave it for half an hour or an hour, then remove it. It's dry and it can't be pulled off. I corrected myself here. In the wooden structure of the house, same here, same here.
I could put in screws every 120 and in 40 tracks.
If the owner ever wants plastering, it won't interfere at the edges, but in the middle it will. This one might interfere. We're next to the post, so it doesn't matter.
Then I want to tell you, we're in a garage, it's not a big deal. Okay, and the hydro panels? That reminds me, my supplier.
Because you're going to ask me, yes, but why didn't you put hydro panels in the garage? Because they didn't have them in stock. Quite simply, I would have had to wait 15 days, 3 weeks.
Hydro panels, insulation, polystyrene, and I was in a hurry. So we'll put some paint. It will be taken care of course. On the floor, as you saw, I put polystyrene. It's not resting on the slab, so it's separated from the slab. There can't be any rising damp. Behind that is polystyrene, so we're set. So, as you understood, the last panel, we'll glue it. Once I remove this control box and decide to install it at the lintel level, either in that corner over there, but I'm thinking that it's going to be connected to the secondary panel and the secondary panel.
I need it for the various elements in this garage, specifically the 2 water heaters and the lighting.
Outlets I'll install in the garage.
I'm going to put in as many as possible so the owner doesn't tell me, oh, you should have put an outlet here, come back. So I'm going to put in as many as possible. Of course, this one needs to be connected to the sub panel, so I'm wondering, is it the sub panel? Wouldn't it be better over there instead of by the pole? I also wouldn't move this one next to the pole. Reception won't be great, so I need to find the best solution. In the meantime, we have other things to do in this video. I need to set up the structure. To receive properly, one of the water heaters will be mounted on the wall and the other will be placed on the floor. To attach a water heater to a structure, reinforcement is needed. Exclusive. Yes, the little logos that fit perfectly. We're going to explain everything to you. Frank will give us the tour. It's an L2H1 Raid Edition full option.
Exactly, that's actually a map. D. It's like a car. C main.
Free.
Yes, it's hands-free. I'll show you. Well, so we'll start with the storage spaces. Yes?
We have to.
See, we can see. Look, you have 2 there. The small one.
Storage.
Under the seat, who?
Is big enough. That's probably the first aid kit. Okay, so we can
Put the triangle, we can put some...
tools. We can easily put a bag. It fits. It's hidden, which allows you to have passengers next to it, quite simply. That's convenient. And this one folds down.
So this one, you can fold it down.
And this is the desk.
With
the small table.
The estimate table at...
Yeah, invoice.
We make the estimate before the invoice. Yeah.
Invoice anyway. We invoice right away. We don't waste any time.
There you go.
Okay.
There, another document organizer that...
That's not bad. That document organizer, organize. You close all that. You need to eat at noon, your little sandwich.
You can sit on it.
The cup holder that works well.
Exactly, and...
There you go. It's also convenient for paperwork, and the small covers work well.
Which are removable. We'll show you.
Which are removable, so...
It's all Velcroed. Okay, so if you need to take them off to wash them or something else, it's still pretty quick, and it's pretty simple.
Yeah, and then it protects the original seats. That's essential. It's really...
The powder is adjustable.
So the seats are super comfortable.
There's really nothing to complain about with the covers on top, and they add some softness. It's super comfortable. Small sliding glove box, very simple, just press.
Which is refrigerated, which is
Refrigerated. I can put my water bottles inside, right? Perfect. That's great for lunchtime.
1 liter sparkling water bottle, easy.
You have a cup holder on each side and some storage. Frank, if I may.
Go ahead. You have a second one.
We have storage here. We have a second one there with a USB port. We also have a USB port here. The 12-volt socket, the phone charger, yes. Phone and wireless charging. Turn it on and start. Yes, there you go. It lights up and starts. So, foot on the brake, of course, because we're dealing with an automatic transmission, right? Yes.
Automatic 9 gears.
And this is, you are telling me, the latest generation. Yes, it's the latest. This one is an exclusive for me. See?
These are the very latest releases.
I'm lucky. I'll close this or we won't see anything. The dashboard with all the little helpful indicators, the steering wheel with all the paddles and functions.
There are storage compartments with bottle holders.
Is that jiu-jitsu with the red belt? I can't remember.
Maybe. Or karate, yeah.
Karate, judo anyway, you'll tell us. But here's the other thing. Look, RAID edition on the mats. So what can we say about the mats?
They can be unclipped, yes.
They can be unclipped.
Fit together.
It's thick washable plastic. Just spray with a pressure washer and it's spotless. Cleans easily and offers great protection.
The bumper takes hits. You climb on it. You put your foot on it. What's that, Frank? Is there a specific name for that? It's your body shop guy who put that on.
Yes, it's the body shop guy. The vehicle comes directly from the Renault trucks factory, already fully equipped. You'll see the interior. All right.
All Renault trucks feature the Make in France logo. That's what I'm saying. There will be some.
A lot. We'll cover that. No, those are stickers we added later.
I didn't even show you the detail either. The rim features a red logo as it's the red edition Renault trucks.
Alloy rim. When you open the driver's doors, the cabin doors, it doesn't open the rear compartment.
All right.
As a safety measure like that. So,
It's always locked.
yes, it's locked. I am.
Stopped at a red light. No one can come and open the door for me.
To unlock the rear area, you come with the key in your pocket or in your hand. Okay, you press the button. It unlocks the entire rear area.
Same for the side door. Yes, perfect power.
However, it unlocks the side and main doors.
At the same time. That's not bad. They're locked. At the same time. I can't make a mistake. No, that's perfect. The opening, how many degrees can we go up to?
270 degrees.
270 degrees, that's not bad. Because when you enter, let's say, a house, the gate isn't very wide. There are pillars on each side, but you can still open your doors and back up. They stay quickly. If it's slightly open and the wind blows, it slams, which isn't good. As we discussed, it does protect. Yes, that's great.
It's a threshold of
Loading.
It's a loading threshold. There you go. That's really
Type.
Anti-slip prevents slipping.
Plus, it looks cool too. That's good.
It's clean. Non-slip floor, yes. Wood paneling. So we
are using very thick plywood. Paneling on the sides, the small LED light here, another LED light just above in the middle. So as mentioned, we're in an L2H1.
H1.
So in terms of length, there's a little hiding spot. Yes, there's a little hiding spot. 2.50 meter plate packs will easily fit in the L2H1. If you have rails and long studs, you just need to
slide them under there, except for a small detail. If you've stored some
tools
or something, you'll have to remove them.
Because right now we're under the seat's hiding spot all the way.
The time, that seat, there you go.
You'll need to remove what you put in the hiding spot, place it on the seat, and slide in your rails. There are anchor points everywhere.
Yeah, you've got some there everywhere. You have the central part. You've got 2 in the back part as well. So
we have 3 here.
Here we have a 12-volt outlet.
Tie down, here, tie down, tie down, tie down. I don't want to put anything in there.
yeah, I swear, we can protect it.
We can protect it again. Protect the wood that shields itself.
A little top.
All right. And the door gets stuck.
Exactly. There's a little tough spot there.
Yeah.
There you go. It blocks the door for you.
Okay. See?
She'll be back on her own soon.
There you go. Rear view camera.
With park assist.
Which goes with park assist. So all the little sensors you see around the vehicle will beep if you're in a supermarket parking lot.
And if grandma's crossing, we know grandma.
With her cart. A little reminder, short edition.
Editing time reminder. There are little red reminders everywhere on the sides. Same here, folks. I mentioned it to you earlier. Vehicles are merging, right? I don't even know anymore. I saw it. Yes.
They fold in electrically as soon as you lock the vehicle.
Go ahead, quick demo. That's convenient, that is. It's a clue for when you park somewhere and you say, shoot, did I really lock my van? There you go, it's foldable, so that's pretty good.
Does it beep when you lock it too?
Yes, there's a beep to confirm it's locked. The steering wheel is also easy to turn with your fingertips. Actually, we're no longer dealing with utility vehicles.
No, you're closer. Well, it's still a utility vehicle, it's still a truck, it
Functions like a utility vehicle but offers sedan comfort.
Yeah, you could say that. Oh yeah.
No, seriously. The quality of the dashboard, the finish of the plastics, the comfort of the seat. Honestly, I have nothing to complain about.
Compared to the previous range, there's a gap that's been made, and
the gearbox, the shifting, so I'll say the gears, the gear selection does it, but you feel that you've shifted it. It's clear and precise. No, it's great.
Yes, there's no latency time.
Exactly, there's no latency. All right, Frank, can I get my keys back, please?
I don't know.
Oh, come on, Frank Nickel. So this rafter is a bit oversized, but that's all I have on hand. Half a rafter would have been more than enough. The idea is to make myself a base and then screw the rail under the rafter or half rafter. You could screw the rail directly under the panels, so by screwing from above, but you'd have to climb on the panels and screw directly. Since I'm going to screw this rafter in by going through the panels, we would screw the rail as well, but I don't know, I don't think that's great. There's something that bothers me about doing it this way. I prefer to put a rafter and then screw the rail under the rafter. I prefer to do it that way. That's great. You see here, I can line up and tighten at the same time. So that sets it in place. I really need to stick to the laser line because here, that's really the edge of my rail. That's going to get in the way of the drywall. This one is tight. I need to align it over there, and here I need to push it in. I need to lower it a little bit and then we can tighten it. And there you go. So now I'm aligned. That's it.
We go to the plates and screw them in.
That's a... One, two, three, four, five, six, and 7. I might as well tell you, as for him, he's got it. No worries. Then, with the small structure that will support it as well...
He's fine where he is, so now we can just take him out.
And there you go. And so now we can put the rail underneath and screw it in directly. You must put a polyethylene sheet on this slab, which is why I marked it to avoid getting glue everywhere. It's pointless. We'll fill it with glue and cover it with a polyethylene sheet. Let's go. Does the moisture rising under the rail mess things up for you? So if you don't have a crawl space, you absolutely have to put down a polyethylene sheet under the rail. If you're in the same situation as me, that is a door set back from your structure, whether it's made of wood, metal, or polyvinyl chloride. I'm going to show a very simple trick to both cover all around and reinforce the uprights on each side. Because here you can imagine that we could bring the upright flush with the frame, press it like this, press it in this direction, but that won't reinforce the upright. We could make a kind of bracket that would be attached to the wall, and then we fix the upright to the bracket. That could be done as well. We press it like this, we press it like that. But here, I'm reducing the space between the door and the frame, especially at the opening. There's even less space, so it's not ideal. The simplest way, it will both cover all around the door and reinforce the frames on each side and even the lintel just above. The trick is really simple. You cut strips of BA 13 so you cut it as neatly as possible. To be honest, I cut it with a circular saw to get a perfect edge, but you can cut it with a utility knife and then plane it.
So we insert the plasterboard
between the door frame and the stud. Then we bring everything back against the frame. I screw my plasterboard into the stud. And inside, I'm going to use self-tapping screws.
Length 19BA 13, so 13 mm. I have 6 mm that will go into the brackets.
Door installation.
So we drill, we screw at the bottom.
Either at the top, not in the middle since I have holes. Otherwise, you'll end up in empty space. We drill directly, well, we pre-drill first and then we put the self-tapping screw at the bottom or at the top. And so I'm going to reinforce the stud. It won't be able to move anymore. And it warped the door frame. All that's left is to put an acrylic seal all around and we're good. And on this side, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Except make sure you've attached this stud to the wall first. If, like me, you don't have much space. I barely have a hand's length here, so secure it or it'll get complicated. You'll need a right angle drill attachment to drill into the cinder block, which isn't ideal. Or afterwards, you'll have to shift it slightly and glue it. That works too, but using screws is best. So, first we drill this stud, we fix it, and then we bring it in with the drywall that's going to come. Like this, like this. There we go. And we put this flush, we bring it in. We screw this both ways, add a small acrylic joint, and that's it. Same here. Cross piece, plasterboard on top, screwed underneath and on top. And you've reinforced and covered everything at the same time. And for those who don't want to bother installing plasterboard, filling in the screw heads and painting all around with a brush.
Yeah, it can be a pain.
If you have a nice white polyvinyl chloride door, use white polyvinyl chloride panels, 10 mm and 20 mm or even 5 mm thick. Screw the polyvinyl chloride panel indirectly into the frame, just like I did with the plasterboard. Place small white caps over the screw heads. If it's an oak door, well, you cut strips out of oak, I don't know, about 10 mm thick. You do the same thing, and if it's a steel door, you put a steel plate in the same way. Galvanized, whatever you want, it doesn't matter. And you screw it in, you put whatever you want on the screw head. You cover it up by welding and grinding, do it however you like.
But the idea is to cover all around with drywall, polyvinyl chloride steel, oak, whatever you want. And so you can screw in both directions, directly into the door frame and into the jamb to both cover and reinforce.
Well, there you go, it's perfect. That's why it's better not to go all the way, since figuring out where the bottom or bracket top is gets more complicated. Here I can see them because my bracket is right here.
And to finish with this part,
I already have
screwed the plasterboard onto the brackets. Door installation.
If I install
the rail, and
then I say to myself, come on, I'm going to screw it in. It's
impossible for it to fit, even with an angle adapter. Here, the height, I'll show you. Look, see what's left, so it's impossible. I position the rail like this. Normally, you're supposed to overlap the rail on the studs, cut the rail, and make it overlap. Honestly, at this height, it's useless since it's reinforced enough. So the rail here will flush.
1, 2,
3 screws, and we're done.
So for this one, I think you understood that I fixed it directly with the expansion anchors. In the plasterboard with polystyrene insulation. And what I'm going to do is take a leftover piece of plasterboard with polystyrene insulation. We're going to drill, put in an anchor, or do the demo. That way you'll see how the anchor expands behind the panel of the
Plaster.
Here, I'm using a 6x55. There are little tabs on it. You really need to push them into the plasterboard to keep it from turning when you screw it in. 6x55 I pre-drilled with a 12mm bit. We put the anchor in place.
There we go.
It comes in different diameters. I'll add all the links in the description and it's easy to use. You drill, you put in the anchor. What do you need to attach in front of your drywall? You screw it in and it expands. So here, the idea is to make reinforcements out of plywood. Normally, this one is pretty much the right size. We'll see how it goes, or we'll cut all around. So next, a leftover piece of stud, we put it here. And so now we're going to cut. We're going to cut here and here. Each time we'll move the ruler. To cut with a circular saw, you could do it with a router, but I'll do it with the circular saw. That will work just fine. Making a fairly wide groove will allow you to move the reinforcement easily. I'm here now, right? We really have some leeway. So that what's done on his side, it's the same. It's the other side. And there you go. So, for those who are interested, there are blade systems with spacers where you can cut up to 2 centimeters in a single pass and even more. Otherwise, a router with a bit, for example, an 18mm one would be used for routing. Or otherwise, you move the guide rail and shift the plunge saw and so on, and it works. Here is the result. Stop titling ST501. So I prepared two. I have one that's coming. In the stud that's against the polystyrene drywall, we place the reinforcement and we bring these two studs against the reinforcement. Then we place a second one between the two double studs. We leave the space between the double stud and the door empty. I measured, of course. So that's very important. Carefully measure your drywall width, whether 60 or 120, before installing and crimping the double studs. Regardless of reinforcement, measure one sheet of drywall. They say it's 60 or 120, but it's never exact. It could be 119.8, 122, 59.8, or 62. If you enjoy installing double studs, you might say it's 60, 120, or 2 millimeters more, but it may seem insignificant. But after installing over 10 sheets of drywall, you'll get a 2 centimeter gap. So instead of screwing your drywall sheet right in the middle of the stud, you'll be left with, you can't see much. So make sure to measure your drywall sheets, get the right size, and mark your double studs each time.
Stud or furring channel, it doesn't matter.
So here I have a 120 sheet and here it's going to be about 60. So I measured the double studs. I thought, okay, 59, that'll work. That way it gives me a little wiggle room. You see, if I put it on top and I've got some wiggle room, it's better to allow some flexibility instead of insisting on exactly 60, which can throw off your measurements. Knowing that I'm going to screw it in. So seen from above, you see, it looks like this. I'm right up against the plywood. I'm going to screw it in from the front for now. And then in this double stud, I'm going to put screws in this way. So we're going to position it about here. We'll just put a screw in the middle for now. I want to give it a try.
One thing I've never done is to put in just one stud first, not both.
You're going to mix up the other one.
And this one, we turn.
There, we're pretty good.
Down there, I need to push it a bit. Oh.
We're gonna put a screw in there.
For those curious, the screw heads stick out a bit, but it doesn't matter. They still fit well in the frame. And the drywall panel, anyway, will press down on the screw heads. It will leave a mark on the drywall, so there won't be any extra thickness. Why did I use only one frame? The plan is to add screws in this direction. Then to place the second reinforcement between the frames and bring everything together. Because if I start putting the other frame on top to screw in this direction, the other reinforcement, it's complicated. So it's better to prepare these two reinforcement frames, the same for this side, and bring everything together. Cut the frames a bit shorter so they don't get in the way and slide or glide easily. And then all that's left is to crimp the two frames together, crimp at the top, of course, and at the bottom. And then we're all set. So basically this frame, all right, we put it here, we bring it back against him. For now, the little screwdriver is here. We take the reinforcement, we come to place it like this. I take the screwdriver, we try to get to the right height. There you go. Yes, make sure it holds. In the meantime, we'll take the other upright. We turn. We bring it back. Currently, I'm doing it like this, just to line myself up.
Because I already have my reference points, so I can see where I am.
Is there some play here?
But if I bring it back, then it will move. It will bother me if I put myself there. So after a while, it's fine. We can leave it there.
All right, I'll take the screws.
I'll bring it back against.
We're
all set. And so now, hop, we declare it.
high school.
This lets me aim like this. Why did I never think of that before?
I put my blood into it.
So we're not bad. We have no extra thickness, but I need to insert the other screws in the opposite direction. I can't place them at the same level or it'll add thickness. Now that it's screwed in this direction, and in that direction, now for this stud, it's only this one that I won't be able to do. We're going to bring these two studs and reinforcements against it, and we're going to screw the other one in this direction. So this one, we bring it in, and now we're perfect flush. We'll be able to crimp the two studs or use self-drilling screws, etc. They'll be connected. Crimp at the top and bottom. And for these two reinforcements, it's attached like this, like this, like this. So now we're all set. All I have left to do is put the last upright, the board. So I check that we're good here. I'm all set and we can start screwing. You can use magnets if you want it perfectly flush. But I don't need them, it's already flush and looks good. And so here I'm going through both studs to anchor into the reinforcement.
So do you understand why I didn't put a polystyrene backed panel on this part of the wall? Because I absolutely needed a structure with reinforcements to hang the water heater. If you put a water heater on a plasterboard panel, polystyrene backing is likely to tear off. When mounting a water heater, make sure your support is made of bricks or concrete blocks, or that it's a structure.
Metal drywall. Ensure there are reinforcements inside. If not, add them. I made a video on this topic.
But with that, you can hang whatever you want. It holds really well. I always do it systematically. It could be a mirror. It could be a large piece of furniture. It could be anything. As soon as it's a heavy object, put in a reinforcement. It's a must. If it's a polystyrene lining, well, you'll have to go all the way to the wall and spread, or brick, just behind the polystyrene lining. Usually it's on a brick wall or by pin. You're going to look for the brick or the pin. With chemical anchoring, forget about lag bolts, dowels, all that, forget it. Chemical anchoring. You're confident in your move. Let the threaded rods protrude. Insert a solid, thick wooden reinforcement, not just a strip of wood. Using several layers to replace what was removed with plasterboard and polystyrene. Hang your water heater, whether it's a water heater or something else, unless it's a standard partition. And there's nothing inside, no reinforcement. As I told you, we can create them, but don't go hanging a water heater directly on polystyrene drywall or on a metal structure where there's nothing inside as reinforcement. Your water heater, even if they're top brand expansion anchors, it's going to come off over time because a water heater full of water is really heavy, but really. So if it comes off, it's usually on a Sunday that we have this kind of problem. Sunday afternoon. The water heater falls full of water, taking the fittings, pipes and everything with it, causing a guaranteed leak. To do, if you recall, those who watched the episodes, when I was transforming a laundry room into a bathroom, Julian from the company Formicom came to my house. We sprayed foam on the brick walls, and I can assure you it works very well for both thermal and acoustic insulation. Before,
it was fiberglass, but there were plaster boards in front of the fiberglass, and I could hear my neighbor with his car, the gravel along my house.
Since we sprayed the foam, not only do I not hear anything anymore, but it has radically changed in terms of thermal insulation. Because this area, it wasn't heated. Not the next day, but maybe 2 or 3 days later, you could feel the difference as soon as you entered that area. Even at work, I noticed a difference compared to fiberglass insulation. So it works really well. And besides, it's my own place purpose, so if it hadn't worked, I would have redone everything a long time ago. Product A, product B, the hose that's 4.57 meters long. We could set up both canisters outside, and we'll move around easily here, especially since we'll project onto the ceiling so our eyes won't. Fixed on the floor, so make as much space as possible when you're working on the ceiling. And above all, protect yourself. Very important. Suit, goggles, gloves, the respirator mask, the whole thing. Here, we're going to spray on the ceiling. If foam gets on your clothes, they're ruined. So wear a suit, old clothes, gloves and goggles. The mask, the whole thing. Okay, so we've got everything, the full kit. We'll be able to hook everything up, spray everything. And that's where it gets really satisfying to do and to watch. And the advantage of the foam kit from Formicom is that they provide you with everything, meaning the spray gun. It complies with European requirements in terms of environmental protection and impact on the potential global warming. And to connect the hose, so we have both products. One is blue, the other is red. It's the same with the hoses, so you can't make a mistake. Subtitling. We're going to put some Vaseline on the gun to keep it clean, because if there are foam splashes, at least it will stay nice, all clean. It will make a greasy film, and if foam gets on it, it won't stick. A little bit of cleaner to To install the nozzle, just place it like this. It's simple and hard to mess up. There's only one way. You press firmly to clip it in. To remove, press here and take it off. Okay. And there you go. So now it's clipped in.
Under.
Well, there you go. It's done. As for the foam, it's super satisfying to do. Every time I do this, I have a blast. And the goal was really to go under the panels, just the fiber cement panels. There's already asbestos in them, and it becomes super porous over time, so water leaks and so on. You see what I mean? So here we sprayed under the panels, but we'll also have to treat the top with a specific paint. We'll talk about it again. And at least the fiber cement panels are sandwiched between this spray and the treatment that we're going to put on its little face. On top, I have to redo all the joints, of course, around the edges. So we still have a bit of work up there, but we'll see about that soon. For now, so I also did this part of the wall. Everything is insulated. I stopped behind the studs. We could put some fiberglass insulation, slide it behind the reinforcements. I'll see if I do it. And then we put up the drywall. So would it be worth it? The trouble of insulating, well, putting up the hangers and furring strips with drywall? I don't think so. Just so you know, it cuts really well. If you want to make it official, all that stuff, you can cut them very easily with a utility knife. And they even sand really well. Here I had fun making a cut with a utility knife. Like this. You can see that the foam is super dense, but it cuts and sands really well. For now, I'm leaving it as is. We'll handle the top first and see, depending on the water heater. If I have enough space above, we'll see if we need to put in a ceiling. But honestly, it wouldn't be useful at all. Insulating it wouldn't help since this wall isn't insulated and the garage door lets in cold. I need to make a hole up there to create an air inlet. And why not even bring in the ventilation system? I'm installing my heat pump water heater in that corner. Towards the outside, because we have enough volume, so it will make do with this space. The heat pump water heater, and that will work just fine. But if your heat pump water heater is in a small room, you absolutely have to duct it to the outside. But I have enough space in terms of volume, so I still need to make a hole for an air intake, the little grill that works well, and we'll bring in the ventilation system. And then, like I told you, we're going to cover this part of the wall, and soon we'll tackle the water supply. So the next video will be about the water supply, and there's a bit of work to do there. And yes, there's quite a bit of work, honestly, with all the setup I want to do. With the 2 water heaters, the manifolds, the booster pump, the eco bubble system, the domestic hot water loop, all of that won't get done by itself. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start installing the water heaters with all needed components. We'll go through the attic. But I won't go back into the rooms yet. I need to supply them with hot or cold water first. First, we set up the structures, put up one side of the drywall, then make the holes where the hot or cold water pipes need to come out. And then you run your pipes down through the side of the partition that hasn't been drywalled yet. It's much simpler and you save a lot of time by doing it this way. Because otherwise, if you start running your pipes and then you say, oh shoot, now I have to put in the track and try to drywall around it. It's a huge hassle. First, put up your partition and drywall one side, add insulation now or later. Then you run your pipes down and drill where needed for hot or cold water. Like I said, it's much simpler. You find them in refrigerated trucks, in industrial fridge doors. We even have them in insulated containers. This foam is everywhere and it's just amazing, honestly. So, everyone who's going to tell me, yes, it's dangerous, be careful, it's flammable, this, the planet, this thing, that thing. I won't even get into that debate. We already covered all that with Julian in this video, so you can go check it out. But everything in your house is flammable, your clothes are flammable, your mattress is flammable, your curtains are flammable, your couch is flammable, your documents, even your tax papers. Even your pay slips and tax papers are flammable. You do taxes online? Well, your computer can burn too. Your phone, television, and all your furniture are flammable. You need to know that, so don't tell me otherwise. Be careful, everything in a house is dangerous, especially in a Satterbo house like mine. But we'll talk about that again, because it's a really interesting topic, because I'm going to put a little system in this house, precisely to prevent one day. If there's a tragedy at a Satterbo house, consider it. Okay, see you in the next video. Namely the water. The entire system will install water heaters, etc. As I mentioned, there's a lot of work. So, I'll see you in the next video. In the meantime, don't hesitate to subscribe. Please like, share, and comment on this series. I'm trying to show you as much as I can.
So give me as much support as you can and we'll keep going. So see you soon for the next video.
In the meantime, take care of yourself.